An attic shape, fair bend of ceiling, an armorial aid. It points to the beginning, an attic space beside the chimney pots on smokeless rooftops, left hanging in the clutter of a post-Victorian world. Points of departure, points to the beginning, the rows of back streets looking combed, in shape, the sociology of shape. Your city dreams a new geometry. Its cast of steel plate towers lost in high-rise speculative thought. Reality looking squeezed a little. It disappoints with blue skies sandwiched in between the joints of what an architectural line appoints. A Georgian church, a span of overpass, the bus station, a street once lit by gas, Victorian Arcadias under glass of pioneering skylights that once read refuge assurance, roofs where pigeons tread and dive for scatterings of daily bread, along the city roads with fire escapes zigzagged by iron crosses keeping shapes foursquare and trim, but still reality gapes. Alarm bells breaking into consciousness where gushing lead pipe overflows express this was a brickwork that could harbour stress. A stark inheritance, the sociology of shape, takes you back to economic history. Warehouses dwarfed by ferroconcrete, squat factories revealed in close-ups of glass and brickwork, the strata of another age. A lesson in history. Below the scaffold, pale foreheads lift ceremonially. Ordained tones give order. Sanctify this rite of death. Hands rise from pages. Tonsured heads bestow a blessing on bare brows. Low, peasant brows, caked in sweat and grime. Hempen collar round each open neck. Hands scarred by thorns, brambles, stripes, minds clutching at the roots of earth, counting the cost. The earth now lost. Étouffé sans parler, ne sans signer, comme ce ne fût image élevée contre un mur. So the bourgeois journal said. A line from history. The world made flesh. That year, the barns burned, the world rebelled, and the sun cut ribbons over streaming ground, now sticky and wet with blood. The word made flesh. Shadows scored the earth like knife blades. On furrowed ground, the voiceless found expression. Feet massacred the spoils, smashed maiolica flecked with blood, set tongues wagging on the butchered heads on poles. A lesson in history. A shape for the entire world, putting paid to the dark gods. A fierce new fraternity, born in the liberality of blood. And where were you up against it, up against the wall, lost inside a skyline, up against the concrete blocks. You looked down time, imperfect on a cobbled road, and heard it speak to you. The brickwork of another age, the lesson of history. Au barricade, les habits noirs, ho ho ho, Ho Chi Minh, putting paid to the dark.
You found the Union, a gathering in a student bar, the sit-in workshop of a seminar, and there you all sat like young Greek gods triangulated in a tympanum, fingers drumming, tongues wagging, minds waging war, like philosophers with mantle furred, blowing hot and cold, man. Yeah, Freddie Hubbard, man, not Clifford Brown. You listened to Parisian Thoroughfare? Well, nobody could ever play like Monk. No one could quite play like Thelonious. And was he on the barricades? Tough bodies shouldering epaulettes, on greatcoats, cool fingers drumming a tattoo, rolling a cigarette or two, camouflage jacket banged on target with a well-read marks, a hand salute from Shea. How different from a year before. A blue serge suit and kipper tie, the sounds of Motown, fashion brogues. How quickly you had grown. Now beads, an almost Phrygian woolen cap, and a drooping, altogether macho Latin-style moustache, the coolest sign for bivouacs in the bar. Harangues to the troops, ready for attack. The end to justify the means. In the beginning, for a start, the casual dismantling of humanism. Yes, you were up on history's stage with fly sheets, meetings, Black Dwarf, Friends and Oz, and Pyotr Kropotkin. Oh yeah, we were ready for the fight all right, Peter Alexeyevich. Fields, factories and workshops, all organised, ready for the fight like war paint on a smart bird nestling by the branches, eyes glinting like a gin and tonic's ice, a sodden Tetley's coaster on the bar. Like strange exotic fruit dropped from the branches and the cells, the voices of factory and warehouse, brothers ghostly in loudspeakers in a compound of concrete and barbed wire. What were we thinking? What? The casual dismantling of humanism. But where were the songs of war, the hard ones, the chants, the slogans? Ho, ho, ho! Where were the signs? What was the language of the tribe? Apollodorus harmonized on billiards. Agathon discoursed upon the art of joints. Young Plato sounded wild on the ideal. The ideal what? So there we were, pressed around the Union walls, a great big freeze, curtains chiselled like temple columns, pillars of the academy, with mantle furred. Anthropology, the proper study of mankind.
The proper study of mankind is proper study of a kind is kind of study, man. The study of mankind, kind of, the sociology of shape. The goal, to dismantle humanism. Quod mundus stabile fide, concordes variat vices. The world said, go establish faith in concord with its various vices. Ahem. So said, or not, Ansius Manlius Severinus Boethius of the famous Pranistine family of the Anisi, to purify the language of the tribe. So said, or not, the murderous poet of the Po in the captive pound of Italy. Kek, kek, cuckoo, quack, quack. Who gives a bugger for Boethius? Oh, tell me. Who? Quoth bird, what binds all things together, see, and governs earth and sea and sky, is love, sweet love, you see. Don't ask me why. O felix hominum genus, si vestros animus amor, quo caelum regitor regat. Rego, regis, regit. Nego, negis, negit. Negro, negris. Negritude says, them that's got shall get, them that's not shall lose. So the Bible says, and it still is news. Full marks. The goal was to dismantle humanism. You walked out of the Union building, feet slushing through the fallen leaflets, stamping on ideas, feeling a cold wind blow through the black spikes of your being. Being what? Leaflets rained upon the ground, glistening with ideas. Out in the parks, leaves stirred. Hey, stop, what's that sound? A lunatic in the grass. The lunatic with the grass. You felt the cold wind blowing through you as if you were the black skeletal railing circling nothing. A splendid O. Alpha and Omega. The attic and the ending for your green, naive and sentimental heart, sodden with ideas, them that's got. Between the gaps in the railings, the empty swirl of leaves, the circulation of your heart, the dry leaves eddying. The rattle of the railings holding you. Could no one tame you, teach you, take you in? Could no one help you down the crowded pavements? But no, you had to travel them alone. And like some poet, rise beyond the boredom and despair. How close you felt to history, drinking in the wine of the barricades, moustaches flying, the red flags of revolution glittering into plate glass, where les habits noirs poured over the blueprint, tea leaves flecking the saucers, cigarettes squashed on the ground. The theory of the barricades. On cobbled streets, your heart laid bare by careless revolution. But with someone hungry by the roadside, how could you consider your admission to the academy?